In this video, we're going to look at production possibility frontiers, or PPF. A PPF is a curve or boundary which shows the combinations of two or more goods and services that can be produced whilst using all of the available factor resources efficiently. Okay, so let's just quickly remind ourselves about factor resources. In general terms, we're talking about LLC, or labour, land and capital. Okay, all the resources available to an economy that they need to produce goods and services. All right then, so let's have a look at a PPF. Okay then. The PPF shows the different combinations of goods and services that can be produced with any amount of resources in their most efficient way. All right, that's what we said before. So what we've got here, we've got an X and Y axis, and we are going to, on the Y axis, put a good or a service. We're going to put good Y. Okay, so I'll call that good Y. And on the X axis, we'll just have good X. Now these could represent any two goods. Any two goods. Now these two axes represent output. It's very important to remember that, because the curve that we're going to draw on the axis there, like that, represents the maximum amount of output that an economy can produce. Okay, so in this case, our economy only produces good Y and good X, whatever they are, but that's all it produces. It's our simple economy. And this line here, the PPF, the production possibility frontier, represents the maximum. Given all the resources available, land, labour and capital, this is the maximum that the economy can produce of Y and X. Okay? Now, our first point we want to illustrate, I'm going to take 3 points. I'm going to take A, which is point there. I'm going to take B, which is actually on the production possibility frontier. And I'm going to take point C, which is out here somewhere. All right, so we've got 3 points, and we're going to talk about each in turn. Now, let's start with point A. Point A, we can see, if we join up the axes, gives us quantity A and quantity A there. All right. So at point A, our economy is producing of good Y this amount and of good X this amount. Okay, so what do we notice about this? This point A is not on our possibility frontier, production frontier, which means that if this line, all the points on this line represent the maximum that an economy can produce of Y and X, we're only producing point A. Well, we are underutilising our resources. Potentially we have underemployment. We're not using all our labour resources, and we're not producing as much as we can. So point A, we are inefficient. Okay, we are just not utilising our resources. It's a bad place to be for an economy. All right. Let's look at point B. Point B we can see is on the curve, and it gives us quantity B and quantity B there. Okay, excuse the pen. So, on the possibility production frontier, fantastic news. We are being efficient. We have an efficient economy. It is utilising all of its resources, land, labour and capital, to its maximum amount, and it's been efficient. We have maximum output of good Y and good X. Excellent. This is where an economy wants to be. So given points A and B, what do you think we can say about point C? Well, if we have a look at it, and we try and join up point C, we can see that it's fanciful. It is outside our production possibility frontier. All right. This frontier represents the potential for an economy to produce goods and services. The potential. If it's beneath the line, we are not realising our potential. If it is outside of the curve, well, it's impossible, quite frankly, given at this current moment in time, given the current resources of land, labour and capital, it is impossible to produce this amount, quantity C and quantity C of goods X and Y. It just cannot be done. Potentially in the future, we could reach this point, but it would require a shift of our curve all the way out. It would require a shift. We'll look at what causes a shift later on. But essentially what you need to know is that when you're on the curve, your economy is efficient. It is producing at the maximum level, given its current resources. If you are inside the curve, you are underutilizing your resources. You are inefficient. And if you are outside the curve, you're living on cuckoo land. You can't do it at the present state of the economy, given its resources.